A storybook town in Germany is home to an unusual and remarkable product. This single bottle of oil is made from grape seeds, and you won't believe how many grapes it takes to make it. The process it goes through is a rare one indeed.
Everyone thought when I went into this business, you gotta be totally crazy to do this. There's just no way you can get oil out of seed that is hard like a rock. Grapeseed oil comes from the grape. Inside the seed, there's a very little, small amount of oil. That is grapeseed oil. Most of us have never heard of.
Grapeseed oil is like olive oil, only lighter. It's used on salads or in cooking, and it has half the saturated fats of other cooking oils. It actually raises your good cholesterol and is high in vitamin E.
2 tablespoons a day will keep the doctor away.
Valentine Humer has taken something that people usually spit into the trash and created a grapeseed empire in a small town in Central Europe. It's a quaint little fairy tale village where the old church bells still ring out a 14th century wake-up call. He's also aware of the difficulties. These 10,000 acres of vineyards have to be harvested by hand.
These hills are the steepest hills in the world when it comes to grape wine production.
That doesn't stop this family from making the trek. They are one of the 100 families in this town that brings in the harvest. And since the grapes need to be harvested at once, there's about a 48-hour window to clip 10,000 acres of grapes. Each family member has a small bucket that holds 15 or 20 pounds of grapes. Those go into the big pack on Gerhard's back.
By the time he's done, he's got about 100 pounds of grapes in his backpack coming down the hills.
He also has a few sips of Riesling to quench his thirst along the way. Then he's out of the vineyard and onto the street. Gerhard actually has miles to go before he finishes crossing the bridge and trekking into town in search of a tractor, such as this one. This holds about a ton of grapes, enough to make 1 bottle of grapeseed oil. The hard part is finding those little grape seeds.
We got about a ton of grapes coming out of this tractor here, going into a very strong pump that sucks it out through a tube into the press.
This drill keeps the grapes flowing from truck to press through a tube that cuts down on spilling and waste. This is where the crushing takes place, and the juice pours out the bottom. This juice is what's used to make wine, but it's also delicious as it is.
It's like grape juice. It tastes sweet, and it's absolutely beautiful for kids to drink and for the families.
It's also collected in tanks and barrels where it's fermented for Riesling wine.
After we're done with the crushing, we are left over with a mountain of wet grapes, seeds, stems, and we call that pomace. We need to take that pomace and separate out the seeds as quickly as possible. We got to do it in 24 hours because the fermentation will destroy the taste of our oil. They are hand screened, where each bucket of pomace is thrown into a screen. By shaking the screen, the seeds are falling through the tiny holes, and the holes are exactly as big as a grape seed needs to fall through.
This age-old process produces seeds. It takes a lot of screens to get the amount of seeds in this mountain. About 25 tons worth here.
And they're so hard that you can actually lose a tooth, but not much oil will come out. So we are pressing a rock, basically.
These hard little rocks get the squeeze in this contraption that turns them into healthful, precious oil and gives new meaning to recycling. From here, the oil is taken to this charming home of a winemaker, where the bottling takes place. The garage is turned into a complete bottling facility. Of the roughly 2,000 people who live in Trittenheim, 250 are winemakers. Only Valentine's company bottles grapeseed oil.
We bring over the oil in a 1,000-liter container that is completely free of oxygen and light. At the bottling plant, we bring in the glass, which is completely sterilized at the factory. And this is a very unique glass that we're using. It's an antique blue-green glass that keeps out about 99% of UV light.
Bottled, corked, and labeled, it's ready for the tasting.
Beautiful, buttery, reminiscent of the wine crush, banana nose. You're in heaven. Doesn't get any better.
Remember, this is oil, not wine. And when he says banana nose, he's referring to the hint of banana aroma in the oil. From the harvest to the crushing to the pressing to the bottling, it's a lot of work to convert 1 ton of grapes.
By the time we're done, we're ending up with 1 bottle of oil. Now, you just got to be crazy to do this kind of oil.
Crazy? Maybe, but also hardworking and pretty ingenious too.
Salute to Santé. to your health.